We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, this is SAMSON Saves the World! My guest today is none other than comedian Mr. James Davis! Holy shit, folks. Look at this. Yes, drum it out, baby. Dual monitor. I'm jamming it out. Go.
I like this.
You like this, dude? You know that song?
I like that. I don't know that song, but I just like the whole theme song of it all.
Yeah, dude, thank you. That's Led Zeppelin's song remains the same. The lyrics kind of kicking in a little bit, but it's pretty. It's like I used to in college get kind of pumped up with that in the morning. So I figured it's a good little podcast song.
Oh, you might have put me onto a song.
Dude,
I might have to actually.
You're into Led Zeppelin a little bit, no?
No. But
well, I mean, you know,
it's you can start now. I can start now.
You can start now, dude.
That's a good entrance.
Led Zeppelin, man. I mean, do you smoke weed still? Can you say that on this or no?
Yeah. I
dude, smoke some weed. Listen to Led Zeppelin's song remains the same. My personal inspiration, drummer wise, John Bonham is their drummer.
Okay.
And he's like, I mean, they've sampled his beats like all the time. Like this one. Hold on. Break into this real quick. When the levee breaks, okay. This beat you'll probably recognize from, a bunch of shit. Unless they play a fucking ad. God! Hang on.
I definitely recognize this.
James. Fucking ad. You heard that before, right?
Yeah.
Sped up, slowed down. It's in my memory. So John Henry Bonham. Pretty sweet, huh?
Oh, okay.
So check out some Led Zeppelin. So let me just throw it up. We got James's social media here. James and I have known each other, since back on the Black Hand side, right?
I don't even remember what
at the Comedy Store.
Oh,
with
geez.
RT, Eric Nicolaisen, Simone Shepard, Zainab Johnson.
I had literally forgot about that.
Dude, yeah. Then this is a little history.
Wow,
tonight,
I did do that.
Right? And it was the joke was for a while that it was the Black Hand side, but I think it was like a predominantly white group for a little bit. So
yeah.
That became kind of funny.
Yeah.
But that's where I met James and everything.
Man.
You were, yeah. You were doing the Obama.
I've been riding the Obama train for a long time.
Why not, James? I would, if I could do a decent impersonation. I mean, and I will say this too, for the record, you do have, I'd say, probably one of the best Obama impersonations out there. I would say the best. Let's keep it 110. Jordan Peele. They tried to put him on that. On Saturday Night Live, led Jordan. He's amazing. That was just not right. He doesn't look enough. He can do the voice. Okay, we got Jay Farrow. Yes, can do the voice. Doesn't quite have the look. What's his name? Alpha
Cat.
Alpha Cat. Again, amazing. But let's take it back to James Davis. Heart in the Paint. Baraka Flocka.
I just feel like I put a very original take on my impersonation, whereas other people, they're just trying to do a flat out impression,
right?
Mimic. Like Alpha Cat, like my inspiration for Baraka Flocka was, okay, there is a guy who's doing Barack, but he's doing Barack straight. He's doing the Barack that we already know, the Barack that is given to us.
Sure.
I was like, but let's just imagine Barack some other as another way. Let's imagine he's someone else behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I think like as a stand-up comedian, we're just spicier. So like we just have a spicier execution of things.
Yeah. No, I agree. Hold on. Somebody is saying the sound is off. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, James. God dang. I don't see how that would be happening, but let's check this out. See, glad I checked out on the comments. Skylar, what is this? Come on, let me see. Hang on, James. Some good shit. Let me see. That's
Let's imagine he's someone else
He doesn't know
behind
what the fuck
closed
he's
doors.
talking about, dude.
And then also,
See,
I
we're
think
live.
like as a stand-up comedian,
So
you
this is
know,
live
we're
right here.
spicy.
So yeah, fuck you,
You know, so,
Skylar.
you know,
Get your
it's
technology
a
straight, man. We got
spicier
tech.
Execution of
Yeah,
things.
fuck, man. Yeah. So yeah, you can see how that shit's coming out. So I'm split screening it, putting up your lower third. I can even take that down. Here's my social handle. Everybody, that should come down.
Nah, let them know. Keep the handle up there.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm just showing you how the switches works, but let me.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna throw this up there too. So, okay, so we're still live. We're kicking it. Okay, oh yeah, cause see, I got up and came over there for a second, so it's a little bit of a lag. I'm back over there. So go ahead, James. Where were we? I'm sorry.
I mean, I was just talking about how I had to make sure I had a different take on Barack than just mimicking him. But yeah.
But anyway, classic, one of the best. If you guys haven't seen it, check out James Davis's, Baraka Waka Flocka Flames. I mean, was in the Rolling Stone, was featuring in the magazine that they supposedly said that Hard at the Paint actually got. It got popular more so and became more of a hit based off your parody.
I could, I
don't know if you remember that. I think I threw you the Rolling Stone a while ago. It's in a little blurb on that, and it mentions you getting a bump from your video.
Well, I mean, I could see that. I could see that.
Waka Flocka owes you probably a little bit of royalties.
I met him, and he actually was very, very nice to me. Like,
was he aware of the video and was like,
he didn't say that, but his energy said that. His energy said, "Hey, man, I like you. You've helped me."
Really?
I don't know.
Okay, but he didn't directly.
No, he didn't directly say it.
No problem.
But I mean, there's at least about 15 million views on YouTube. So.
That's insane. Yeah.
So I mean,
and dude, I famously, James, you might not know this, but that day you had asked me to play a security guard in the in pretty much all those videos. The first one, my wife was like, "Are you shooting another free sketch video again?" I was like. Alright, I was like, James, I'm sorry, man. My wife gave me so much shit for this today. We gotta do some family shit.
I know, and you were like,
skipped it, and I was like, click. And I was like, I knew that's gonna be a motherfucking hit. Mark Harley was in it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark Harley, the man. And I knew I needed to be in that shit. And
you felt it?
I felt it. And I knew it was gonna be a hit, but it was a good lesson to me, like, so never again do I ever listen to my wife if she's like, are you getting paid? Because I don't worry about getting paid all the time because, we get paid for what we get paid for. You know what I mean? And a lot of it, you got to just sometimes do it for the love. You can't whore yourself out, obviously, but
especially those gut moments where you're like, when you feel like, I should be a part of that.
Exactly. And that was one of those videos.
But you were in Black and Jewish.
That's true. I was in Black and Jewish.
You were also, were you in Hit 'Em Up?
I think so. No, I think I might have been out of town for that one too. But whichever. And look at this. We got, that's right. January 11th at 11 p.m.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So let's get into this, James. You have your motherfucking special, right?
Yeah.
We can share that with everybody. Thursday night.
Friday
night. Okay.
Friday night.
See, I just went and fucked it up right off the bat.
But make sure it's DVR'd by Thursday night.
There you go. So get on your DVR. Get it, Comedy Central, Friday at 11 p.m. Pretty the sweet spot on Friday. Now, like Ron Funch already, it's like a four package kind of thing. Like
four
Ron
specials,
Funch,
Ron Funch's went first.
Giggle Fit, right?
Giggle Fit.
And yours is the
I'm
town.
second. Live from the town. Then it's Chris DeStefano, size 38 waist.
Okay.
And then Roy Wood Jr. No one loves you. Nobody loves you.
Sad.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves Roy Wood Jr.
Everybody loves him.
What is the town, like, what is the meaning of that? I didn't know.
So the town is like a nickname for Oakland.
Okay.
So, cool. That's just, it's like one of those things where it's kind of insider. Where just in that. If you know I'm talking about Oakland. If not, I'm just live from the town.
Got it.
But also, I just, when I was...
Are you from Oakland yet?
No, I'm from LA.
LA, yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
One of my probably my best friend from college, he was from Oakland. He is from Oakland.
Okay.
And so, through that, I've just been to Oakland and the Bay Area a lot, and I really like it, and I like the energy there. And I wanted to be on the West Coast, and I didn't trust the LA crowds for my first special. Because I just didn't want them to be Hollywood.
I can see
They've
that.
seen so much. Like, Jay-Z will be here tomorrow.
Right,
you know,
right.
like, freaking Migos will be here the day after that. So, like, I need somewhere where they're excited still.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I chose the town. And
that's cool.
I chose Live from the Town because, kind of like as an homage to Richard Pryor's Live from the Sunset Strip.
Yeah, of course.
And where it's like, there's not some crazy title where all my jokes are weaving back to some message.
Right.
It's just a really great performance of mine. That's taped and it's a special and it's a culmination.
Did you do 2 shows or and then you just kind of edit together?
Yeah.
The best of, and then how was the like approval process with Comedy Central and everything? Is that hard? Like, does all your material get through, or they're like, yo, James, you can't fucking say this, or is that hard, or do you just like they just pretty much come see your hour at a club and then they're like, okay, cool, we're good with that, give us the script or whatever?
Yeah, it's pretty much there was an interest for an hour, or they saw the hour. I don't remember. I mean, it was during the time when I had my TV show in development with them, so I was just really grooving with Comedy Central.
Yeah, shout out to Hood
Adjacent, you know. And so then I did an hour. I think they saw me do an hour twice, and they had like minimal notes, probably more like copyright licensing.
Yeah, right. Just you can't sing this song.
Yeah, exactly. But it was pretty hands off, honestly.
That's awesome.
It was.
That's cool to hear, because I know sometimes, you know, there's all standards and practices, and you never know.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, you can't.
I mean, there was one joke where like they tried to standards and practice me, but I was like, you know, I fought it as softly as possible. You know?
Yeah, right.
And I'm happy with what happened. You know, it was just, but it was some like it was some bull.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's hard. It's just really hard to have conversations about art with someone else, especially executives. Anybody in general, if it's art that comes from you and it's personal, but then if it's like an executive or someone you know is not even like an artistic person, and
it's hard. Well, it's hard to take. I find, and I'll probably say this for you, is like, you know, because I've been on both sides of it, and it's hard for a comedian to take critique on comedy from somebody who hasn't written, hasn't stepped on a stage, isn't even for the most part appears to be that funny at all. You know, like if you're hilarious and just wow, dude, I'll be like, okay, that's, and if it is a great note and if it is something helping, but a lot of times some people just want to make their mark and just be like, I actually, I changed that joke a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's almost for, I don't want to say like malicious reasonings at all, but we all want to be part of it a little bit. And as a comic, yeah, I mean, that's where sometimes I find my value is being a producer and a comedian, is like, I know what it feels like to step on a stage because I am a comedian, and I know how the struggle, everything about it, that comics go through that the managers, agents, executives don't really have to go through that all. You know what I mean? And you'll never be able to relate unless you get on stage and fucking bomb and figure out how much, you know, I was just thinking about like stand-up comedy is like compared to stripping. Except the older you get, the better you get. You know what I mean? Whereas stripping, not so much. You know. Yeah,
it's true. That's something that was very hard to learn. Was that I'm gonna keep on getting better as I get older.
Yeah.
This is not like basketball. You're not like some LeBron recruit who like, no matter how confident you feel in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because everybody doesn't start comedy and just bomb. Like, some people start comedy and they do well.
Dude, Nick Schwartzen is a guy who he pretty much rose, like, within a year. You know, he just was one of those real natural comedians. But, yeah, I think with age, like, at least for me, a lot of my material is kid-based and family shit now. And, you know, as you get older, you just get, you know, more experience, I guess.
Well, that's also what's cool about comedy is, but also your fans are getting older. Or there is a demographic for whatever stage of life you're in.
Yeah.
So if you want to tell silly, super youthful, I don't have any responsibility jokes, there's people who will want to laugh at that. And the people who are in their family part of life who miss that part of life. Yeah. It's like there's so much ways to connect. Like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I wish I lived that way. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So no matter how you're growing, you can still You don't do laundry.
Hang on, I was gonna show this real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the cool part about comedy. Like you said, with sports, it's not. You know, there's comedians who are in wheelchairs and shit. Like, like there's no injury that's gonna be a career ender. You know?
Literally, as long
unless
as
you like Michael Richards, this shit. That's like our words can be our injury if you just kind of go crazy and are like,
true.
I'm gonna drop some N-bombs on stage and like.
Your injury is like decision based.
Yeah.
You know, it's not physical.
Yeah, well, especially now, man. I mean, it's scary because. You know, and I don't know, you probably experienced this. Nobody cares what I say, but for you, at this point, if you say some crazy shit, somebody might pick up on it, and that could jeopardize your relationship with your brands that you're with. And so it's kind of funny because as comedians, we try to stand out, get attention, but some of that, you got to be careful about the negative, you know, shit, because it could come back like man. I know I went back a while ago and just erased a bunch of my crazy shit that, you know, you're sitting on the shitter and you're like, yeah, fuck this, or a video of, you know, fuck Donald Trump, and then you're just like, you know what, man, is this helping my career at all if somebody brings this up years later? And it's like...
See, for me, my low points on social media are strictly like emo tweets. Just
hilarious.
Like going through like relationship shit, and I'm just like tweeting and whatnot, but I don't really get angry and go at any group of people. Like if I go at somebody, it's like it'd be like me going at R. Kelly today, like something that we all already agreed that they could be like shitted on. So
exactly.
But like I've never just like had a angry homophobic or even like in the whole like Black Lives Matter. There's a time, I feel like we're kind of getting out of it now, and I'm glad. But there was a time where like it was just cool to just really just bash white people, and like trust me, I'm woke, I get it, but like it just was like too much, where it's just like the white man. I'm like, bruh, it's still like 2000, like 16, 17.
Well, I mean, I always say I have to clarify that I'm a cool white person. You know, there's white people and then cool white people, honestly, and like I even have friends, and I've said this, who somebody said, like, well, what about, you know, somebody calls me a white boy. If I call him a black boy, I'm going to get my ass kicked. And you're like, yeah, but you're not understanding, like, you know, like, all people be like, yeah, man, stupid fucking white boy, like, not you, Sam. But, you know, and I'm like, I understand it because I'm not that guy. And I almost tell people, like, if you get offended by somebody, like, calling you a white boy or something, it's kind of a term of endearment a little bit, unless you'll know if it isn't.
Right, you'll feel it.
You know what I mean? Like, you'd be like...
Right.
You know, if you're getting stared down, fucking white boy, then, you know, judge the tone. But yeah, I think a lot of people get, and they don't understand, it's just, there's just a little, you know, there's that difference. You know, you have to give the little bit of lean to, you know, lean into it a little bit and kind of take it.
But I also think it's just like, we got to just get back to optimism, you know, like just, because like, yeah, there's always going to be issues and bad people of all colors and races doing bad stuff, and yes, you have to be aware of the wrongdoings going on and all that stuff and what issues society has to improve. But at the same time, when you meet a new person, it's just easier to hope and expect them to be a good person. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You know, even if you've had, I mean, I had an experience when I was young where I was in the mall coming down the escalator, and these guys had just said, hey, they're coming up, and the guy reached over and hit me across the face. So it ended up being this thing where it was like a knockout, you know, thing to see if, you know, you could knock somebody out on one punch. And, you know, the thing is, I could have taken that experience and said, oh, okay, I'm going to look at people who look like that kid this way and be fearful, or else I'm going to judge that person as that individual, because I think the problem, somebody has a bad experience and they can't compartmentalize that was an individual. Fuck all Jewish people now, or fuck all Mexican people because my dad got run over by a Mexican guy and now I hate all Mexican, you know, or whatever. It's like you almost, but I don't think a lot of people have that reset capability where they can have an experience and then be like, okay, but like you said, you have to hope somebody is the best, you know, like...
Exactly, because,
And then there wouldn't be, like, Becky's calling on barbecues and shit, you know what I mean? Like, to assume somebody is, like, fucking, you know, why not assume people are there, you know, doing something good, or, like...
What do they call it? Permit patty?
Permit patty? Yeah, I think so. There's a bunch of them.
That's fun.
So, anyways, tell me more like about your special and shit. I do have this little. You want me to play this little promo here? Real quick?
Sure. Play the promo.
Let's play a little promo. This is James's special airing this Friday, 11 p.m. Check this shit out. Hang on. Make sure this is the right shit. All right, James. Hang on. Here we go.
Well, you don't do laundry and then check out James. I'm a goddamn event, okay? Don't you come seeing me with your toes all out and your braids undone. Pretty much here's the breaking news. If it tastes good, it's killing you. Every time you go, that's the sound of you dying a little bit. Grab the wine, honey. Make some noise for Barack Obama. I miss him. I want to see him out here. I want Barack to have a cool job like a nightclub DJ. Could you imagine that? You in the club just chilling with the homies, all of a sudden you just hear, single ladies, I can't hear you. If you got $100 bill, get Obamacare, single ladies, I can't hear you. Help me, ladies, make noise. Cut the music.
That is great. All right, I love it. There it is. You guys see the fucking date, 10 Central.
Mm-hmm.
What do you? That's awesome, dude. Were you in on the editing process at all?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you
all
sat there because see, here's a big thing that I don't think a lot of people also get with stand-up is like fuck, man. The editing is everything. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you're on the punchline, you might have a freaking editor who is on the wide shot, you know what I mean? And you need to get this reaction of like, you know, straight up. So that's a big, and just, it's amazing the timing. You know, when you cut something, I mean, comedy's like music a lot, I've realized. Like, you're just like, people are laughing moments at the, you know, it's like, I remember I went to a Chris Rock show and I was way up top and I couldn't even understand what he was saying. But everybody around me is dying laughing because the mic, by the time it got up to us, it's so distorted. But he's like, I'm on a bay and a boat down did it.
And you're like,
and then
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't even know, but it's time to laugh kind of thing, you know? And it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
the cadence of comedy kind of.
Yeah, I mean it's very hands on. Even the stage design. I mean that's not that venue. That stage is built. I mean I tried to go for like a old school Def Comedy Jam kind of like setup, but
was a lot of your family and friends there and stuff like that.
I mean there was a handful, but I mean it was in Oakland, so I mean it was.
It's hard everybody to get.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't a huge amount of people, but I mean the crowds were cool. It was a little. Honestly, the crowd was a little smaller than I wanted it to be.
But were they pretty good energy?
But the energy was
that's
incredible.
All that matters, man. You can have a low energy audience and then a smaller audience, and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
And then also too, of course, in the post you add it in, people, you make it the funniest it is, and because that's the thing,
that's always funny to me when I see something and it doesn't sound funny. I'm like, you could have changed that.
Yeah.
You could have just turned up the volume on the laughter.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, that's what, to be honest, every single piece of any stand-up I've ever cut, I've filled with laughter.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you don't realize something could have, like on Laugh Tracks, we did a showcase at the Improv, and it just happened to be one of those nights where like 10 people showed up. So, and you need a full audience. And I literally made jokes that sounded dead, hilarious, and ended up getting chosen for the show just because we just fucking added a crowd in a sense, So it's like part of the thing, but that's cool that you had like such hands on with it.
Yeah, I mean it's like a baby. I mean, and I hate watching myself do stand up.
Yeah,
I just hate watching video of myself. So that was tough in the first place. So I started with like just what's the thing with just the words, the transcript.
Oh yeah.
And just like cut out fat from the transcript, and then I had to look and watch it. And
is that hard too? Because I know, like, I mean, as comics, we have an idea of what our lines, what we're gonna say, but to put it on a transcript is weird because you don't always necessarily have your whole set written out like that, but they want to see your whole set written out.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I produced with Tiff's first special, I had to write her whole hour out verbatim. And it's like, you know how fast Tiffany talks.
Yeah.
And it's and that part and this and that and like all those little and-ums and everything, like writing it verbatim.
Oh.
And you're just like, it's crazy, but you know, to kind of go back over and then deliver that.
I would hate. I mean, someone had to do it for me. I didn't
Yeah.
do it, but I mean, it's tough, but it also helps you learn about being kind of, you know, using economy with your words and not
Right.
and not just like, for me, I could just read something and I don't even care how it sounded. If I'm repeating myself, you know, over and over again, I know that I don't need to repeat myself over and over again.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if and maybe I did it for the rhythm or just to make me comfortable to move on, but it's like you can clearly see the fat in the transcript.
Right, yeah.
Like, you can clearly see it.
Well, you're also kind of rare too, because you're a working writer. I mean, obviously you're, you know, show creator, executive producer. I mean, shit, man. But you know, you've been writing on the BET award shows and all that. So I mean, a lot of people, you know, because a lot of stand-ups generally are only kind of stand-ups. You know what I mean? And sometimes don't understand. You really have to diversify into either producing or creating, or you know what I mean, because that inevitably is where you want to be to sell. You know, and how does it feel to have pretty much sold a show? You're the star of the show on Comedy Central, Hood Adjacent, and you know, because I always tell people to sell your own show. I mean, it's like winning an Olympic gold medal. But like, now that you've done it and everything, obviously you're not done it all. But is it like, you know what I mean? Does it feel as good as you thought it would, or is it kind of just another step?
You know, in the beginning it felt really good. Then you do the process and you go through the stress of it and the frustrations and the highs and the lows, and you get through it and you understand that what it is and what that opens the door to, and now it's more of a step to me for sure. Yeah. But it's still something that you can always stop in the middle of whatever you're doing and be like, wow,
holy shit, yeah.
I have my own
show.
Yeah,
dude, I mean, you're on billboards right now. Hang on.
I mean, that's surreal.
We show though that right here, folks. This is the billboard. Where is this billboard, James? Hang on, this shit will pop up in a minute. I don't know. Somebody took it from your Instagram.
Oh well, then I don't even know. But they're around.
They're all over the place. And why the unicorns?
So I mean, they're really selling the whole like special. These are specials.
I like that. And they're hours? They're all hours?
They're all hours.
Okay, cool.
So,
and are they true? Is it like a full hour? Is it like 45 minutes and commercial breaks kind of thing?
Well, the first, it's weird. On the app, it's an hour. But you can get a version that's short as like 40, like 8 minutes. Yeah. That might be like if on a re-air or something.
Yeah, there it is though.
But then you might get a 55-minute version.
Okay, that's cool.
Like I think on Friday you're gonna get like pretty much a limited commercial, 50-something minute.
That's pretty cool.
So nice. That's cool.
That's awesome, man. Well, I mean, congrats on that and everything.
Thank you, man.
Who directed it?
Ryan Polito, who I had never met before, but John Irwin Productions did it. They do a lot of specials, and Ryan Polito was suggested, and he did a great job. I mean, it looks great.
And how does that work? So, I mean, obviously there's compromise when... Is that maybe some of the only compromise with the director?
I mean, I'm somebody, I don't really like to overstep my boundaries or just give notes for the sake of giving notes. Sure. So for him directing in the moment, it's like all I said is when I got there, it was, you know, add some more chairs. I just want to feel like packed in here. Sure. But besides that, camera shots, all that thing.
That's
like,
him, yeah.
Do you, man? I mean,
yeah. I almost think it's kind of funny, and you know, I'm sure whatever. I'm kind of a hater, but it's like when you see like a famous person who's like a director on somebody's special. I'm almost like a director on a stand-up special is more or less like you said, making sure just the shots are good, they're in focus, we're getting good audio. Because outside of that, you're the comic. You know what I mean? Unless it's like your boy, one of your like guys that you've been writing with, is like, yo, James, let's on this one, you know, a little more diction on that, and let's pause. You know, those types of notes on the performance. But it's kind of weird with directors sometimes in a stand-up special. sometimes it feels it's almost like just to have kind of a famous guy on it is like, oh shit, you know.
It's just to sell. It's just for marketing. You know, because exactly. It's like he's just a. I mean, he's a director, but you don't. He as a director with you. Yeah. You're the writer. You just it's your comedy.
Sure.
Yeah, and to your point, like I didn't know him well enough, and I respect the fact that he didn't try to, you know.
Yeah, kind of come into the shit and be like, hey James, I think I have
maybe on this one we kind of you know.
Let's throw the audience the curveball. What do you think?
Yeah, it was just like, look, I'm gonna do 2 shows. I'm gonna kill.
You
do you. You make sure the cameras are catching all the shit I'm doing up here, because I'm not worried about them.
Pretty much, man. It's like you're like, fuck, I'm gonna be juggling up here. I'm gonna be tap dancing. I'm gonna be fucking slam dunking. You
catch
know,
it all.
Just catch it all.
Catch it all.
You know. And give me some options, but
and then it's like if you need a pickup or something, let me know.
Right, exactly. And let me ask you a question, like, because I'm sure you know made it to a level you've worked with a lot of your friends and shit, like you know Martin Usher, obviously shout out to Martin Usher.
Martin
you know
Usher.
He directed Waka Flocka and a lot of the shit he did early on.
Kobe videos.
Yeah, Kobe. Oh, the Kobe shit on Funny or Die. Yeah, dude. I mean everything. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember White Privilege, all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember I was cutting a lot of that stuff for you back in the day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We've been grinding.
Yeah, grinding. Johnny Reyes.
Johnny Reyes.
So the question is, like, sometimes I think it's hard people to understand, like, okay, your friend blows up, and they're like, yo, can I be a writer on your show? Yo, can I get a role on your show? And is that hard? Because some people don't understand, like, okay, I can't just make you a producer or a writer on my show sometimes, because the dude who's the showrunner is hiring is like, these other guys work for Comedy Central, for writers on Key and Peele, and so James, we need to hire these, not your boy Jimmy Jack Joseph, who
Jack Joseph,
which is a real.
He's so good though.
Yeah, dude, Jimmy Jack Joseph.
So
you
talented.
Can hire him, guys.
Follow him on all of them, all the platforms.
All yes. But you know what I mean? Like, so how has that been for you in balancing that?
I mean, this is my approach with trying to put my friends on. I do what I can, but one of the best things I think I do is I've paid for my friends to take classes.
That's cool. Like acting classes?
Acting classes or stand-up classes,
improv
classes. Because at the end of the day, you have to get your boys to a place where they're respected by the people who respect you.
Right.
Because no matter how talented they are, if it seems like the only reason they're in the room is because of their friendship or knowing you, that's how it comes off. Is like,
it becomes hard for you to vouch for them, if you know. And so, it's almost like basketball. Like, you got to be able to get in the game and be able to play.
Exactly. And so and at the end of the day, I mean, you have to like, my friends, I want their support and I appreciate their support, and I wouldn't be where I am without their support. But you have to make time for whatever your goals are, your vision, because at the end of the day, people see what you're doing for yourself as well.
Yeah.
And in this industry, what the formula is to take the talent, whether you're a writing talent or a stand-up talent or an acting talent, and they take you on as a raw talent, and then they want to surround you with the people they've worked with in order to elevate you. So they don't necessarily want to take you on and then continue having you work with the people you worked with before.
Exactly.
Because that doesn't necessarily show elevation. Now there's money on the line.
Yeah.
And what my friends and everybody's friends has to understand, when you know if your boy is on the friend, is that, you know, if I get you a job, I'm pretty much getting them to pay you. You know, like, it's not my money. No. I can't just and
it's good money. And if they fuck it up, you don't get to do that again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, there is a lot on the line, and there is, you know, some understanding that goes with having these jobs in the past and everything, and being familiar. But sometimes I definitely see that, where there's that fine line, and you want to keep the people around you who know you and know your chemistry,
Mm-hmm.
as compared to what happens a lot of times in Hollywood. It's like, okay, we'll take over from here,
Right.
and it's just
You
somebody
lose
who's
some of the
totally,
essence.
dude. You lose the chemistry, the richness of like, I know you, I know what you would like to say in this moment, and a lot of these new people are like, thank you for all that hard work, we'll take James from here, and and friends, sometimes it's hard, and you're like, yeah, and it's like, so I think there's that balance of in between, because I've realized too, like, you know, gaslighting, where somebody like makes you think like you're horrible or something, but celebrities can get gaslit in reverse, where everybody tells you you're amazing.
Yes.
So you never know, nobody ever keeps it real, and sometimes you end up pushing out the people who are the ones who kept it real, because you're like, fuck you, she didn't, Beyonce doesn't think I'm a bitch, or, you know, so-and-so doesn't think I'm an asshole, and you're like, okay. But you're getting gaslit and not realizing it, that everybody can be scared to tell you the truth. So it's almost like relying on those kind of day ones or whatnot who, you know, can kind of always keep it there, you know.
But it's, at the end of the day, you just have to, everyone has to understand the industry too.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of times you want to take outside of Hollywood ideals and plug them into Hollywood, and Hollywood doesn't work like that.
It's like,
you know?
It's like, fucking tire in the spokes, dude. This is dog eat dog. Like, most people just, they don't have the, you know, a lot of people succeed, do it off the backs of a bunch of other people a lot of times. They're thrown, you know, like, just bobbing and weaving and keeping it moving.
That's the point. I mean, yeah. And if you don't have knowledge of yourself, and if you're not confident in yourself at all times, you will get chewed up and spit out, like straight up. Like, so it in a way, like, it's forced me to really be in touch with myself, work on my mental health.
Did
and
you
my
say it
confidence.
forced you to touch yourself? Or?
Yeah, no,
okay, good.
after an audition goes badly, I go into a bathroom and I just touch myself.
Totally,
I'm like, it's whatever, dude.
It's whatever.
Fuck bad boys.
Yeah, but you know, but again, it's like, as you get older too, that's part of it, where you kind of, you know, you get to an age where you just stop caring as much about the shit that you did, and you're like, man, I don't really, you know.
You just want to secure the money to survive.
Yeah.
Especially for people like us, because we're already winning and being comedians and artists. Like, we're this. If you can make money off this, if this is what you do, no matter where you are in the game, it's a win compared to somebody who's stuck in a cubicle doing something they hate.
I'm saying, man, it is. I mean, at times, definitely it gets hard. You know, the ebb and flows. You know, people, again, don't understand.
And flows.
They think you're on TV, that you're multi-millionaire, and people don't understand that it's real. So it's like, it's more like, I've learned about like multiple streams of income, like, and that's hard because a lot of people I know at my age they're real estate developers, or they're you know, whatnot, like doctors, lawyers, like kind of real jobs, 9 to 5, 401ks, health insurance paid for by the company. We don't, you know, generally know a lot about that. You know, I have to get health insurance like for my kids and everything just on my own.
Yeah, on your own.
You know what I mean? It's not like, people don't understand the lifestyle. Sometimes I'm working for a long time, and then I'll be working from home for a long time. You just kind of,
you never know,
switch back. But most people are used to 30 years, you know, fucking same place, same shit, you know.
When I'm working on a show, I'm like, man, okay, I'm working like every day, like, all right, like, like, take this in, because it's gonna go back to waking up, and I never wake up like, what do I gotta do?
No, exactly.
But there is something to waking up to structure versus waking up like, it's on me. All right,
it's on me, right? Don't you love that? I think probably, that's funny you say it, because probably every comic artist, whatever, has that. And I always have that moment where I'll be, working every day, busting my ass, and I'll always have to check myself and be like, don't get used to this. Before you know it, you can be back to your fucking underwear, scratching your head, you know, stay-at-home dad, you know, with the kids, like, because that's what I do. I basically am in the job, then I'm in, and when I'm out, I'm stay-at-home dad, working from home, you know, freelance. But it's and a lot of it's cool because I've gotten to be a father. Where a lot of people, my dad was always, you know, he's a lawyer, so every day, you know, see him at dinner. But like, I'm getting an opportunity to really spend probably the best years with my kids, you know. But it's
it's a sacrifice.
Sacrifice, yeah.
But I mean, I definitely. I mean, people call me frugal sometimes, because they're like, "You're on TV, man. You got billboards. Why aren't you like this?"
Oh, right.
And I'm like, because this isn't a salaried job.
Hilarious, yeah.
Like, it's not like I'm guaranteed to have a special next year and the
No.
next year,
No.
or guaranteed to book anything after today.
No. Yeah.
It could all literally stop, and I just cool off, and nobody wants to touch me.
Right.
Again.
Yeah.
It's all about being touched.
It is all about being touched and having job security. You know, I think that's the hardest part about what we do. I mean, I've had jobs where I was there for 3 years, had job security for 3 years, but didn't know I had job security the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, it's every day you're worried, oh, they're going to fire me, this is going to be it. And the business is like what you said. And that alone that's the nerves that keeps you going, is like, dude, this might end, so I got to try and just...
I need it. I'm always on the next thing. I can book something and still be worried about the next thing.
Sure.
While I'm in the middle of booking something.
Of course, man. You have to have, like, I mean, people don't understand, like, people like us or whatever, there's... Sometimes I get crazy because I'm like, God, there's so many different things I'm doing, you know, to try and get done. And it's like, you know, between getting your stand-up together, you're producing, you're writing, you're, you know, all kinds of shit. So. But this is dope. Anything else you'd like to add to this interview or whatever?
Yeah, man. You know, it's just, please watch the special Comedy Central app as well. So if you first of all, DVR, just
DVR
do it.
That shit.
DVR, even if you don't watch it for a long time, just DVR.
Just do it.
I could use that.
Yeah.
But also, it's gonna be on the Comedy Central app, and later this year, I'm the host of Netflix's first original game show called Awake.
Okay, you were just looking at the mic right there when you delivered that.
Really?
So your camera's up here, James.
All right. Well, it was just a deep look.
Yeah, you're still.
I know. Here we go.
Man, that's a nice shot.
I was doing it for dramatic.
I was just like, did he just deliver that to the microphone? That's cool.
But yeah,
check
out my game show. It's called Awake. All the contestants are sleep deprived and haven't slept for 24 hours.
Oh wow.
And they're doing goofy stuff.
Oh, that's great.
But the winner gets possibly $1 million.
Wow, dude. Yeah. I should actually... Let me know if it is a chance to be a contestant, because, like, as a parent, dude, I haven't slept in, like, 8 years.
I'll let you know.
So, I function pretty well on no sleep, like...
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, that's what they say. And then they sleep for 24 hours.
And then things happen.
How do they keep you up? Like, how do you...
I mean, you're in a room. There's cameras there. I mean, well, here's the thing.
Can you smoke weed at all or drink?
Nah. Now, some people fell asleep during the 24 hours, but, like, you're counting quarters. That's what it is. You're counting quarters the entire time.
Counting literal quarters?
Literal quarters. But...
That's terrible.
But...
For 24 hours you have to count quarters?
Because the accuracy of that count helps to decide if you win $1 million. Oh my God. Yeah, so you're fried. You're fried.
So for 24 hours before the game,
all they've been doing is counting quarters in a room.
So there's a table.
They go and they count quarters, and then they put it. It's like, there's like 6 people. People are like sleep and trying to stay up, and then after that 24-hour period, they walk out into the show.
And then it's a game.
And then it's a game show.
Holy shit! That's
and I'm the
cool.
host.
That's awesome, because you just hosted. What was the other game show you hosted?
Do or Dare.
Do or Dare. What was that on?
So Do or Dare was on Facebook Watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it got canceled, but shout out, it was LeBron's. I mean, yeah, clips are still up. Whatever.
Yeah,
it was LeBron's.
Show's a show, man. Show's a show.
It was LeBron's production company, Spring Hill. So it was dope, and it was celebrities competing to win money for charity. So I mean, very simple, great premise.
Awesome. And you met LeBron then, or?
I have not met LeBron yet.
Really? Okay,
no.
Cool.
So
that's all right.
It is what it is. I will. I definitely will.
So that's awesome. So how many episodes that can be, or when is?
I think that's 8. Okay. Either 8 or 10 episodes.
Okay. And when does it come out?
I don't know yet. They haven't told me, but I know it's sometime.
You shot them all though.
Yeah, I shot them in like August, end of August.
All right. What else? You got something on Complex too?
Yeah, and I got a show called Mostly Football on Complex / Yahoo Sports. I do that with Ben Lyons. I don't know if you know.
You're gonna say Bin Laden. I'm like, he's dead.
Yeah, no, not Bin Laden. He's out of here. But ex football player Martellus Bennett and Ben Lyons. He does a lot of hosting for sports and entertainment. It's a fun show. It's like a Jesus and Miro type of
yeah.
feel, but like football ish.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
So
anything else, like trying to sell any shows or anything like that?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm always writing. I'm always cooking up, man. You know, I mean, look out for projects. I'm definitely trying to create.
Is it easier now for you to say sell other shows because you've had shows sold in a sense, or is it?
Well, I just sold a show, I guess. And it was because they were fans of Hood Adjacent. So
that's great. Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of stuff through the Hood Adjacent process. People seeing it, people I've worked with.
I mean, having a Comedy Central show just
flat
out is a huge.
I'm still realizing that today.
Sure, yeah. It's hard, man, because you want the next best thing, but it's. Sometimes you gotta stop down and just be like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I even got. I'm pretty sure, like I got cast in an NBC pilot. It didn't get picked up.
What was that one?
It was called Friends-in-Law.
Friends-in-Law. Okay, cool. Yeah, I remember.
It was a cool little show, but I mean, they were excited to audition me and have me on the show based on Hood Adjacent.
Yeah,
so great exposure.
Once you're in that, man, you book it. It's just a matter of it sticking on some of that, like it's that right show or whatnot. Or,
exactly.
Or a bunch of shows.
So yeah, I mean, I ideally I want to get my Gerard Carmichael on and just
no shit, man. He's just like sitting back and just kind of fucking
just puppeteering, shit. And that's what I would
people
love
don't
to
realize
do.
that's the dream too, man. Is like when you can, like make your friends' dreams comes true, and then you're making money off their shit, executive producing. I mean, he's a rare. I mean, he's a fucking man. He's a dime.
EPing, and then still you can drop a special when he wants.
Lil Rel's show, he put that out.
Yeah, so I mean, like just to be behind the scenes and killing it. Yeah. It's almost like people don't even realize how big he's doing it because he went.
He's rich. You know what I mean? Like, Gerard is like he's got money, and people are like he should be paying for drinks.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Where he goes, like Gerard is doing good.
He's doing really good. Yeah, so
that's the goal, man.
That's the goal.
Is like almost get independent, and then you can just be like, I'm out. You know what I mean? Or if you are out, then financially you can kind of parlay that into something where you're not going to end up on Hollywood Boulevard. Like, oh hey, you were that guy.
I never in any story want to end up.
No, I didn't want to end up anywhere really.
I want to go there and then go home.
Yeah,
but I don't want to
end up anywhere. No, that's a good life lesson there.
Yep.
All right, James, I think we did this shit pretty well.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, give people your social media handle, man. It's up here. Anything else you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to me.
Yeah, dude, fucking shout out to you.
Follow me at the James Davis.
Yep.
Follow my boy Martin Usher at OG Marty.
Shout out OG Marty, man. He's the man. He is the man.
Yeah, man. Just keep supporting this. Keep supporting Samson.
Thank you. That's what I'm really talking about. Yeah, watch James Davis's special on Comedy Central.
DVR it now.
DVR that shit.
Now.
January 11th at 11 p.m. The Town.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to this. Led Zeppelin. Song of Insane. Just that guitar. This is what I would do in the morning. Just air guitar that shit. Yes. Oh yeah. You don't see that around here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check out James Davis's special.
January 11th.